Hey guys, I'm Shreyas, and today we are in 9th day of the July Lead Coding Challenge, and the question for today is longest increasing subsequence. So we have an array of integers, and we just need to return the longest increasing subsequence. That is the subsequence which is longest and which is in ascending order. So that is the question. For example, in this input, the longest increasing subsequence is 237 and 101. So return the length of it. So return 4. So first we'll start discussing from the most basic approach. That is, the first is the brute force approach. So in this approach we will try to generate all possible subsequence and try to check if it's an increasing subsequence and make a note of the length of each of such valid subsequences and return the maximum of it. So basically it's a brute force approach. So and the time complexity will be big O of 2 power n into n. 2 power n because we are trying to, so each element can be a part of subsequence or cannot be a part of subsequence. So we have two options for n elements, and then at the end we need to check if the subsequence is longest is in ascending order or not. So 2 power n into n. So that is the most basic approach, and in order to optimize the approach we have to notice that we should not be generating all the subsets, all the subsequences, and we should make use of information of the already generated subsequences, and hence that is the intuition to use dynamic programming in this problem. So in the dynamic programming approach we take an DP array of the same size as that of the input array, and we initialize all the elements of the DP array to 1. So over here DP of I would, what is the meaning of DP of I in this problem? So DP of I means what is the length of the longest increasing subsequence ending at that position. For example, I had a submission based on the DP approach. So initially over here the maxval means DP array. So I have an DP array of size n, and initially all the elements are 1. So initially what it means is the longest increasing subsequence ending at that position is itself. So each element can be the longest increasing subsequence, right? So that is the basic minimum possibility. So that is the reason I've initialized to 1, and now we have to construct the DP table. So for constructing the DP table we go through all the indices from the left to the right, and for each of the value of I we go through all the values, all the indices to the left of I. For example, over here say this is the DP, say this is the array we have. So if we are in the ith position, we for each of the ith positions we go through all the jth positions which is less than I. So let's say the value 5 is there at the ith position, we go through from 0 to the I minus 1 position in the inner for loop, and let's suppose we are in a position j over here. Suppose we have 3 in position j. If nums of I is greater than nums of j, then we have to update the DP value of I. So then DP value of I will become DP value of j plus 1. So what is the meaning of that? So DP value of I, so whatever the longest increasing subsequence we obtained at the jth position, it can be increased. So 5 can be appended to the longest increasing subsequence that ended at the jth position. That is possible because 3 is less than 5, right? So that is the reason we do DP of I is equal to DP of j plus 1. Whatever ended at j, we can increase it by 1 by appending this greater element at the end of it. So this is the update statement, and we do it for all indices from first to the last, and the longest increasing subsequence may end at any position. So we have to take the maximum of all possible values in the DP array. So that is the DP approach with time complexity of O of n square and space complexity is O of n. So now we'll discuss the most optimal approach, that is based on binary search. So this is the best approach for this problem. So the intuition for using binary search is that like as we process the elements from left to right, we can also think of keeping them in their respective positions in a sorted manner as well. So that is the intuition for using the binary search. Anyways, we have to find out the longest increasing subsequence, so we have to consider the subsequence in sorted order only. So binary search can help us in keeping the elements in, like finding the position of that element, of some element in sorted order. So we can use binary search in this problem. So the way we use binary search is that we declare a longest increasing subsequence array. Again, in this problem it reduces the time complexity but not the space complexity. So we have to declare additional array of size n, of size n plus 1 extra. The reason we'll discuss later. And we will initialize all of them with a very large value, like this is around like 10 power 9, 2 power 30 is around 10 power 9, so very large value, but the first element is declared to a very small value, so I multiplied with -1. So the logic is, so this is the initial array we have. Like very large value means infinity, very small value means negative of infinity, and suppose this is the input array we have. So we are trying to place all the elements in its respective positions in the sorted order. For example, we iterate from left to right. So first we have 0. So what is the corresponding position of 0 in the sorted order of this array? Obviously 0 would come over here, right? Because 0 is greater than infinity but greater than minus infinity but lesser than infinity. So 0 would come in this first position based on 0 based indexing. So 0 would come over here, and next we have 1. So what is the position of 1 in the sorted array? So 1 is greater than 0 but less than infinity, so 1 comes over here. So once we place like over here, infinity gets replaced by 0. Now we don't have infinity but we have 0. For the sake of clarity I am writing it below, but actually 0 is over here and we don't have infinity in this position anymore. So similarly in this position 1 is there and not infinity, and next element is 0, and 0's position again is over here only. So we replace 0 by 0 only, so it stays the same. And next we have 3. 3's position is over here because 3 is less than infinity but greater than 1. So 3 replaces infinity, and in this position actually 3 is there. Next we have 2. 2 is greater than 1 but is less than 3. So now instead of 3, 2 replaces its position. So 2 is now there in 3's position, and the last element we have is 3, and 3 is greater than 2 but less than infinity, so 3 takes this position. So this is the final array we have. So the final array we have is, the first element is minus infinity because in our given array no element is less than minus infinity. So and then next we have 0, 1, 2, 3, and the remaining elements are all infinity. So this is the final array in sorted order. So now it's easier to determine for us which is the longest, what is the length of the longest increasing subsequence. So we just iterate from the last to the first element, and whichever index we have a non-infinity value. So in that index, so we can confirm that that is the ending point of the longest increasing subsequence. So we just return the index, whatever the value of index is there, so because there is the length of the longest increasing subsequence. So that is how sorting the elements helps us in determining the length of LIS. And so for finding the position of each for each of the element in its sorted order, we can use binary search. So that is how binary search helps in this problem. And just replace whatever value was there before in that LIS position with the elements value, and iterate from the right to the left, start till the end till the start, and the first position where we meet a non-infinity value, that is the length of the longest length of LIS, and just return the length. So the time complexity for this approach is n log n, because binary search lower bound is basically a binary search implementation, which is log n, and this for loop is n. So n log n, and the space complexity is O of n. So those were the approaches, and thanks for watching the video.